it's Terry, and welcome back to another edition of Orchid Day. Today, I am just going to go over some of these things that I dealt with. First of all, this is my new acquisition that I just tossed my old one. This is my Trichocentrum. Yeah, this is my Trichocentrum. It's the Splendidum. And I had always said that I was going to mount these. As I've said before, I just tossed mine. Had it for several years. It's probably one of my oldest collection, my oldest orchids. Got it at Hauserman, gosh, probably 15 years ago. Never had bloomed for me, but I never gave up on it either. And recently it had, I had put it on a new mount. No, I'm sorry. I had remounted it off of its original mount, and it actually was doing a lot better. And so when I remounted it this last fall, it really just didn't do so well. But I really needed to get another one, and they're kind of hard to find. So I'm glad that I found this, of all places, at the Missouri Botanical Garden at their spring show, which will be no more after this year, but they'll return after the renovation. But anywho, I unpotted it. It was potted up in a pot like my other one that's over here that I just left, the Lancianum. I had a piece of a broken pot that my buddy, it's Jay, this is Lesnikowski, I believe so, he made this pot, and I ended up breaking it. But I never threw it away, and I knew I'd always have a use for it, and so I more or less just mounted this Trichocentrum on there. Bare root. That's what I'll do with that. It likes highlight, a little bit of less of a watering in the winter time. Of course, I've said already, if you've seen that video of my Missouri Botanical Garden show, they are featured prominently. Big, huge, thick spiked Oncidium that usually in that show is in the ground as a terrestrial. This is a plant that I had to repot. It's in another pod that the roots were out of the pod and the media was breaking down. It had never been repotted in my care. This is a very pretty epidendrum reed stem type, and it was getting a new growth down here at the bottom that had a root that was going out of the pot, and there's another little growth up here as well. It's probably just a little kiki, but if I can find a picture, I'll post that. Had that for a while. Of course, there's my Lancianum that I just got. This is my Maxillaria Ricci, which I just repotted. I said I was going to do that in my video yesterday, and I did. It's just in a mix of bark and some sphagnum in there. I put some dragon's blood on some of these bulbs because they look like they're having a little browning at the base, and I didn't want to risk them rotting. This was a path that I actually found on the floor. Behind the floor, down over there, it must have tipped over and I didn't know it. Who knows how long it's been there. But the floor is very cold. Good thing I found that, because this path has bloomed for me reliably about every other year. And it's been putting up these new growths that look pretty strong. These other growths over here, I put dragon's blood over here as well. I don't know if it'll save these. This is more cold damage than anything else, than rot. Honestly, it's cold damage. So I really ought to just pull that little part off of the plant so that it doesn't spread. I might do that if I see it going down into the base more so. But I'll post a picture of this plant. It's very pretty, multifloral. Yeah. And then I just repotted this Dendrobium. Actually, it was in Orchid. It didn't look so bad, but I potted it back in some fresh. Well, no, that is fresh media. That's in that pot, even though the old looked pretty good. And this other Brassavola, which was the cross that I got, Nodosa times Summer Spots, I mounted it on this piece of challah. There just went the tag. So that's how I'll grow that. What tag is this? This is that Dendrobium that is always wanting to tip over. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today, folks. Thanks for watching. Enjoy orchids. Bye.